Hello everybody, Anita Johnson, your financial psychologist, and today I'm going to talk to you about budget versus financial spending plan. So earlier I posted about what are your goals for your financial spending plan, and I think some people may have gotten mixed up about that particular post. So I wanted to explain the difference between a budget and a financial spending plan. So we got our budget, you see our budget with our numbers, and our financial spending plan. So let's talk about budget for the first thing. So sometimes a budget is the ghost in our midst, right? It's the ghost. Because this is kind of what people do when I ask them about how they came about with their budget. So they decided in their head that they spend so much money on a certain category, such as food, clothing, housing, so forth and so on. So they came up with a number, and that's how they got their budget. They put this amount down on their budget sheet, so to speak. And when they go over that particular amount, and some of the numbers are realistic, some of them are not, some of them meaning that if you put $200 or $300 down for clothing or something to that effect, and you go over $50, their whole budget is blown, so to speak. And so they kind of pull these numbers out of the hat, and then they find out that that is not the right thing, and so that's why it's a ghost in our midst. And then they blow the budget and they never do it. So my idea of a budget is it's money on a diet. Okay, so it means that you can't spend so much money and so forth. And a lot of times things are not actually added into the budget. Like for some people forget to put their retirement or put their travel, or if they want to go on vacation, they don't put the travel into their budget, or they don't put certain things into the budget. And so when that blows the budget, and it makes it not a good budget, and so they just say, okay, forget it. So budgets can have lots and lots of dollars, and it can be an unrealistic performance goal. So what I suggest to people is a financial spending plan. Financial spending plan, right? And so in the financial spending plan, how I tell people to start is to start tracking what you're spending. It's going to take you about 3 to 4 months to get the monies down pat, right? So you do a financial spending plan. You start tracking your finances, tracking what you spend. You don't worry about how you spend it. You continue to spend the same way you've been spending before. You never worry about it. So you go ahead, you spend like you were spending on groceries, food, clothing, whatever it is that you are spending the money on, but you're tracking it. Okay, you're making a conscious effort to track. And once you've tracked that particular spending, because it takes about 2 to 3 months to try to settle down to see what you're spending, you're going to get an average of that number. You get an average, and once you get that average of that particular number, I would add 5 to 10% on top of that number. So if you got $300, you add 5 or 10% more to that number. You got $300, you add $30 more, or if you want to add 40%, right? You add 40%. So now your number is a little bit more realistic of what you've been spending. You also want to add your retirement, what you're spending for retirement. You want to add, if you don't have a home, what is it that you want to purchase your home for? If you don't have a travel, if you don't have anything for travel, you want to figure out what your travel expenses may be when you go on vacation, or how many vacations you want to have. You have children, what do you think your clothes are going to be for the children? You dump all of that in there, right? You dump all of that in there, and now you have a more realistic, performance goal. And that's the numbers that you're going to use. And plus the fact, financial spending plan sounds much better than budget. It is, and I'm your financial psychologist, and I'm about making it sound good and making it feel good for you, right? You want to be able to make it feel good for you as well. And so financial spending plan is so much positive. It's so much positive instead of budget, because we know budgets, it's hard for people to stay on track with budget. So now you got your financial spending plan, and you have some sweat equity inside that plan, right? Because now you've really went through your mind, you've tracked your finances, and even after you've gotten this financial spending plan, you still want to track, because you want to make sure that you're on. Now, when you have guests in your home, for holidays, or you're going out for holidays, or it's somebody's birthday, any of those type of things, it's gonna probably be a little bit more. So you might want. That's why I had you add 5 to 10% more. So, for instance, if you spend over, so it's $330, but for some reason you did 340, or 350, or 360. Well, check, make a note. It might be somebody's birthday. You spend a little extra money on somebody's birthday. You actually may have gone, it may be the holiday, so you got that to do as well. So what you want to do is make sure that you put that in. So now you are not just part of the process. You're not just part of the process. I don't know if anybody can see, because that's definitely on white paper, right? But you're part of a legacy. And that's what we're trying to do here, is leave a legacy. And not only leave a legacy for our children, because now you've taught your children how to do a financial spending plan. So hopefully you can see that. So anyway, this has been Anita, your financial psychologist. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you go to my website, AnitaRJohnson.com. See all my webinars that I have there. See all the upcoming events. Also, look at my book, right? Okay, Big Girls Don't Cry, Taking the Emotions Out of Finance. And that's where this financial spending plan comes. It talks about the 10 financial serenity things. And part of that is a financial spending plan. Again, Anita Johnson, you're a financial psychologist. Have a wonderful day.